Hello and welcome to my presentation about who am I. My name is Mr. Putt, and I am providing you with an example for what your homework assignment should look like when it is turned in next Tuesday. So here you see my virtual classroom photo. You can create whatever uh, main slide you want. This took some time to create, but you could do something simpler just to start off. I will go through each of the questions that were listed on the Canvas assignment so you can kind of see what this will look like for you as well. So we'll start with my family. Over on the right, you can see the picture of my wife and daughter with me. Picture was taken just a couple years ago. And so we have Mrs. Putt and we have Trinity. Trinity is now 7 years old and in the second grade. That she's too old for me. I told her to stop growing up and she refused to listen. She's defiant in that way. We also have some of my extended family. This is on my wife's side. Sitting on the chair is my mother in law, and then right behind her is, or was, I should say now, her husband. We called him Butch. Uh, just 2 weeks ago, today actually, he passed away, and we buried him 2 weeks ago. That guy was he was my dad. Uh, I consider him more of a dad than my own dad was. And so my wife and I both just really had a hard time with his passing. We missed and love him very much. Uh, but he's in a much better place. And then over there on the right is my wife's brother and his family. We've got Aunt Jen Jen, and then we've got my nephew Caleb standing in the front, my niece Kelsey, who is in college to be a nurse right now. And then the youngest of them all is Josh. In this picture, he's a baby. Josh is just a couple of months younger than my daughter, so he'll be turning 7 sometime around Thanksgiving. Every year, his birthday, it depends on whether or not it falls on Thanksgiving. Last year, he had a Thanksgiving birthday. Some of my hobbies would include, first off, I love acting and being involved with the theater backstage or in a directing capacity. I just love live theater. I love watching it. I love going to the theater. I love being involved with it. That is one of my favorite things to do. My wife and I like to build puzzles together as well. That a lot of times, once summer break starts, we'll pull out the table. We've got a whole giant stack of puzzles sitting over in the corner of our living room, just waiting for us to build them, and then we will glue them and frame them. And then, of course, by now you already noticed about me, but I love watching sports, baseball, football, soccer, hockey. I love all those sports. And so those are the ways that I just end up passing my time. Also, of course, spending time with my family. Some of my some of the TV and movies that I will watch. My very favorite, absolute best TV show of all time is The West Wing, which is what is pictured here. It was a show back in maybe the 90s, early 2000s, that lasted for about 7 years. And the show is about the President of the United States, played by Martin Sheen there, and his advisors running the government. And so that was a great show. It was funny until it became a drama at the end, and they took all the comedy out of it, but it was still good even then. I love to watch documentaries. And I also like to watch both the 911s, the original and Miami. Of course, I like Chicago Med and Good Doctor, The Resident, but nothing beats Family Guy. I absolutely love that show. Some of my favorite movies would be The Greatest Showman, Hamilton, which is on Disney Plus right now. Never seen it before. It came on Disney Plus, and first time I watched it, I was like, okay, it's a good show. Now it's becoming one of my favorite musicals out there. Newsies is my favorite musical of all time, though. I do like Mary Poppins Returns. I love the Harry Potter series and the Hunger Games series. So these are my pets. For over here on the left, I have Gapper, who is a Chihuahua Beagle mix. He's somewhere around the age of 12 or 13 now. He was given to me as a Valentine's Day present by my wife 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It was 7 years ago because we got him just before my daughter was born. Over on the right is Hude. He's a Shibu Inu Terrier mix. Shibu Inus are notoriously known to look like a fox, and so you could see some fox in him. He's way fatter now than he is in this picture, but he's the most loyal dog I've ever had. He is by my side at all times. He just absolutely loves being in this family. And of course, they both love Milk Bones and Bones. So, my best friend, the BFF, best friend forever, is Robbie, the guy pictured on the left, and he's with his daughter Marley and wife Mika. Uh, this guy is absolutely amazing. And funny story about how we met. My wife and I were at a Reds game. It was one of the playoff games when they were actually good back around 2012. Robbie was sitting in the stands in front of us or next to us, and he was talking to my wife the whole game. And I just kept looking at him like, why is this guy talking to my wife? Like, stop it. So somehow I ended up started talking to him, and it was an instant friendship. And again, this started back in 2013. This guy is the best friend a person can have. We love to sit by the bonfire and just talk. We enjoy the same sports and activities. We have the same beliefs. He and I can call each other in our darkest moments and just talk it out, or we can call each other and talk about the funniest stories. See, we are like brothers. And the icing on the cake is Mika, his wife. I'm friends with her, of course, but she and my wife are like sisters to each other. And so Marley is called my niece, and Trinity is called their niece, even though we're not related. So they are really good people. For vacationing, I love to go to Walt Disney World, pictured there on the left. I love that place. I used to work there. I did my internship there in college. I was there for about 4 months or so. And then over on the right is the Smoky Mountains. I enjoy the Smoky Mountains. I love going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Love getting one of the chalets that's just isolated in the mountains. You can't see anything but the trees, and just you look down, you see the fog in the morning. It's just amazing, and it's a place that I love so much. It's serene and peaceful, and it's a place that I would love to retire to. Sometime this winter, I'll be heading to Ecuador to watch my brother, who is older than me. He's in his 40s, but he has finally decided to get married. And so we will be heading there this winter to watch the wedding. His soon to be wife is an Ecuadorian resident. She's working on becoming an American citizen. Um, but for the time being, she is a citizen there. And so he's heading there for the wedding, and then we'll bring her back here to America. So that is the information about me. It's a simple 5 to 10 minute presentation that you are doing, and you're going to submit that to Canvas. If you have any questions, please make sure to let me know. Thank you.